It is the time of the year. Congratulations to you for graduating this year. I'm gonna teach you in this video how to recreate this makeup look so that you look like the hottest, baddest bitch in your graduation. Let's get started. You want to look fresh, so make sure to use a serum. I'm gonna be using this The Alba First Spray Serum. Never forget to moisturize your lips. If you have dark spots just like me, then you want to use a high coverage foundation, especially something that can actually last the whole day. And right now, my favorite is basically the Lovely Cosmetics one. I'm gonna be using this shade in 3MWO. This is a shade lighter than my skin tone because this oxidizes but the coverage is really good. You want to put this behind your hand first, and then with a flat brush just like this one, we're gonna tap it on and put it all over our dark spots. If you're not oily or acne prone, I suggest using this foundation for your base. This is Issey's Active Foundation. This is really good, but I don't like using it every day because it does break me out. So an alternative, if you're scared of breakouts, you can use this Skintific Cushion Foundation. This is use and abuse. I use this every day. The coverage of this is actually amazing. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using this foundation by Issey. Please don't forget to blend. So with a damp beauty sponge, blend your foundation. Make sure there are no brush strokes. Make sure to blend your hairline. I can still see dark spots, so just putting more concealer on top of it and just letting it set. Since we're gonna be doing like a doyen eye makeup, I'm gonna be adding concealer under my eyes as well. I'm gonna be using this palette, and I'm gonna be using this, and I'm gonna be putting it on the outer and inner corner. I'm also elongating it a little bit, so instead of it just ending here, I'm putting like a little arrow pointing up since we're trying to recreate a cat eye look. Make sure as well you're using a fluffy brush just like this. So honestly, ito yung pinaka-weak spot ko, eyeshadow. Chinatsaga ko lang talaga, pero I'm gonna be using this shade. And with a flatter brush, I'm gonna be putting it all over my lids para lang mag-blend siya. I'm also gonna be bringing this shade in dito sa lash line para lang mag-blend siya. Now, I'm gonna be using an angled brush and I'm gonna be getting the darkest shade. Tapos, we're gonna do a winged liner. So, yung winged liner dapat pakatay siya. So, hindi pababa, pero pataas. So, dito tayo magbe-base when we do our eyeliner. So, I did the eyeliner off camera, pero I used yung YOU Express On Point eyeliner. Ang ginawa ko, I just outlined or I just put the eyeliner on top of the eyeshadow. The step na we did before this was eyeshadow liner. So, I was just putting this one on top. So, we're gonna be using this shade again. And we're gonna be putting it on our lower lash line until here. So we're gonna be extending it until here. As you can see, this one looks so much bigger now than this eye. From the tip of the eyeliner until the middle of my eye. Kasi we're gonna be putting an aegyosal. Now we're gonna do our aegyosal, and I'm gonna be using this cream stick to draw our aegyosal. So I start in the middle, and then we're gonna be extending it until the end or until the tip of our eyeliner. Using this tiny brush, we're gonna be adding the contour of our aegyosal. I'm using this palette from Kaleidos. I'm gonna be adding this shade, smiling and then extending it again until the end of our eyeliner. We're gonna be using this waterproof eye pencil from Teviant. It is actually my favorite for aegyosal right now. We're gonna be putting this on our aegyosal to highlight it just on the middle and inner of our aegyosal. It really makes your aegyosal pop out. Now we're gonna add shimmers. I'm using this champagne color and I'm gonna be putting it all over my eyelid. Now with the same pencil for our aegyosal, we're gonna be highlighting our inner corners. I actually want to make the lower lash line darker, so we're gonna be using a darker shade. Just blending it a little bit onto our lash line just to make more like volume depth, I don't know, shadow. So lalagay lang natin siya dito. Super onti lang. So we're not gonna be putting it like all over the freaking triangle. We're just outlining the shadow that we just created. With a black pencil, we're gonna be outlining our inner corner. So it's like tight lining, but only in the inner corners. We're gonna be using cream contour. We're putting it on my cheekbones and on my jaw to make my face look smaller. We're gonna be using a bronzer. This is Molten from Issy. I'm just gonna be putting this above the contour. Now we're gonna be using a very light baby pink blush. This is called Dream Girl from Lovely Cosmetics. Putting it here. Smile. Just put it here. Since all of this is done, we're gonna be setting it with the Dazzle Me setting spray. So that our brows will hold the whole day, we're gonna be using this Get Ready With Me brow gel. I'm using this Teviant Brow Mate in the shade medium brown. Now, if you want like Korean fluffy brows, you can stop here. But since our inspo has darker brows, we're gonna be adding this on top. This is the Precision Eyebrow Tint from Teviant as well. We're gonna be focusing this only at the end of our brows. To blend it in, I still suggest using a long wearing, is that a word? Mascara, just like this one from Heroin Make or this one from BLK. But today we're gonna be using this one from BLK. Now with a mascara comb, we're just gonna be brushing this to avoid any clumps on our lashes. We're gonna be using this wispy lashes from Fabulash. Nalagay natin siya. Thank you, Lord. That was so long. Use this one. This is Paul Lash. This is the best glue ever. Mas maganda pa to sa international brands. We're gonna be adding lower lashes. I'm using this one from Judy Doll. I really like this kasi the rod is like super thin and it's just easy to control. We're gonna be using this powder from Charlotte Tilbury and we're just patting this on our under eyes so that it gives that blurring effect. Now I'm gonna be using this loose powder and I'm gonna be putting this all over my face. This is from Teviant as well, using a fluffy brush. Now we're adding powder contour and we're just gonna be putting this on top of our cream contour. We're gonna use this as well for our nose contour. We're adding it on the tip of our nose, putting shadows here under our eyebrows. For the bronzer, we're gonna be using this Hoola bronzer from Benefit and we're gonna be putting it on top of our cream bronzer and putting a little bit as well here, like almost on, just to connect our eyes and the bronzer. And then we're gonna be using this blush from Kaleidos. This is almost like a pale pink blush. Now we're gonna be lining our lips. This is the Sun's Face lip liner in Nudie. I'm gonna be using this lippy from Roman. This is called Nutty Vague. Lastly, this glow tint. I'm actually gonna be putting more on my eyelid. This is the finished look. So I suggest curling your hair, straightening it, whatever feels best for you. I graduated during the pandemic, so I do not have the clothes for graduation. If ever I did graduate this year, I would look like this. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and let me know what videos you'd like me to do next in the comments.